Welcome to the STEM Pathways podcast, where we delve into the fascinating world of science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm your host, Rohan Sharma, a passionate explorer of all things STEM. Each episode, we bring you captivating stories, cutting edge research, and inspiring interviews with experts and enthusiasts who are pushing the boundaries of innovation. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just curious about how the world works, join us as we unlock the mysteries of the universe and explore the endless possibilities of STEM. Let's get started. Today, I'll be interviewing Xin Shen, who holds a Ph.D. in electrical engineering from Georgia Tech. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Hey, Rohan. Thanks for
And
having me.
thanks for coming on the podcast. So to get
Yeah, sure.
started, I wanted to ask, what made you choose your major for your bachelor's degree?
Yeah, I think it's probably starting from, I think it's my father's impact on me. And he is a electrical engineer. And I still remember the days when I was a kid, I used to just watch him drawing the circuit, like design for like telephone, the way like his influence on me. And then as I uh, grew up, I think I'm very interested in physics, and then that's sort of another kind of a drive um, to kind of and then when I enter the college, I think that's how I picked the electrical engineer um, uh, as my major.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
what was your experience while getting your degree?
I think uh, it's really kind of interesting. It's like as you learn more and more about like the physics, about like the how we come to uh, the current status of like electrical engineering. Like my field is more on a, like a circuit, like the power, and then you realize how the development in this field has has gone through, and then you think, okay, maybe something I can contribute to, and that's how like triggered me kind of I mean, going forward to pursue my like higher degrees.
Mhm. And what was your first job out of your bachelor's?
I After I graduated, I went to a company, like a paper making company, the International Paper. They have a branch in China. I actually went to their paper mills, or and then the like the box plants, and I was doing some like a sensor maintenance and sensor development work in the factory. And then because it's a like a it's a production line, and then at the very end of the every section of the production line, you have some sort of sensors to monitor the quality of the paper, or like to monitor the quality of the card boxes. And then I was part of their maintenance, and also technology development team.
Yeah. So when along this, do you decide that you wanted to come to the US to get a master's and PhD?
Right. So after 3 years of working in the plants, I think I would want to do more on the kind of a sensor development, or like a research type of work. And then I think, okay, I probably need more knowledge in this field. That's what drove me to have a higher degree. And then at that time, I think US has like the universities in the US, they have they are known for uh, like high quality of education, and also there's a high quality of innovation, and that's how I would like to come to the US, and then get more knowledge in the field I'm interested in.
Yeah. So what was your PhD research about?
Actually, it's still kind of a focus on the sensors. So I went to a group which does the research on ultrasonic guided wave sensors, and also signal processing. So guided wave, it's the same type of ultrasonics, but because the wave propagates in like the plate like material, so it guides by the boundary of the plates. Also, this type of technology is typically used for the airplane, like skin, like structure. I mean, the defects in those type of like structures, like in the airplane or in a like oil tank. So, so I spent like 4 or 5 years there and developing the signal processing methods or like imaging methods of how we can better use the signals from these sensors for the defect detection.
Yeah. So what was your first job out of your PhD?
Yeah, interestingly, like I went back to the international paper, but in the US. So I went to their global technology center and keep doing the sensor development and sensor and signal processing work. This time I went to all of their paper mills across the US, and then it's the same thing. Like, well, at the very end of the paper machine, they have a scanning like sensory system. They scan back and forth of the entire sheet, and then they try to find any defects within the sheet, or if there are any anything wrong with the upper like work stream. Like there's like if there's like 1 or 2 actuators upstream, which is malfunctioning, you could see it change the like the quantity of the sheet downstream. So how we can correlate what you see from the like signal data to the issues in the process. So it's kind of a sensors and then its applications in the process control.
Yeah. And did you prefer this more research type of role over what you're doing back in China?
Yeah, I think this is more challenging, but at the same time, feels like I could have more like achievement in this way.
Yeah. So what'd you do after working at International Paper?
Yeah, so after like working 3 or 4 years there, and then I think I would like to maybe do more kind of R&D type of work. So I went to the Southwest Research in San Antonio, Texas. It's a like NGO institute. It's in some ways similar to a national lab. So there, I joined their sensor sensor group, which still working on all different type of sensory um, like methodology development for it's called non-destructive testing. So I basically went back to what I was doing at the graduate school. So going back on the like ultrasonic guided wave signal processing or like sensor development for the airplane, for the pipeline, for the oil in industry applications.
Yeah. And what was your favorite part about this job?
It's you got to really kind of so that job basically requires you to show the capability of your knowledge and attract the investment from outside, because basically what the way the Southwest Research Institute works is, so you go out and then you try to promote your technology, and you try to attract the fundings from outside, from either from government or from the industry, and then use this type of money to further improve your products, or you can explore more concept or like more ways to get a better results. And then once you have this prototype, and then you can either give it to the industry, or so you can maybe sell it to the industry, or you can patent, and so basically it's kind of it's like a cycle. So you do your own development, and you try to show it to the industry, to the others, and then you get more funding, which improve your product again. So this this helps. Basically, it just like try to make something which is useful to the industry or to like to the society.
Yeah. So what made you want to move on and work at Cruise?
Yeah, so it's after like 2 3 years later, and then there's just the AI becomes a very popular idea, and also it starts to kind of a dominance in all fields of society. And then there's one application which is very very promising at that time. It's I'm still now, is the autonomous driving. So Cruise is doing a great work in autonomous driving, and then to do the autonomous driving like humans, right? We need like we have eyes, we have ears, which can help us drive safely. The same thing with autonomous driving. So they need sensors which can mimic like a human, or I mean, not even mimicking, is kind of can do a better job than human organs. So that's how they have their acoustics team there, which is doing like the EMB detection, which is doing like collision detection. So it's still like the signal processing based on the acoustic sensors. So that's how I think, well, this is a very good opportunity. I think it stays the same goal as like I have been trying to achieve, is trying to use my engineering background knowledge to make things happen, to contribute to the society. That's why like I choose Cruise as my next job, and I have been really enjoying doing work here.
Yeah. So if you had to give one piece of advice to someone who's still in high school or early in college wanting to follow a similar career path as you, what would you say?
I would say like think carefully before you make a decision. I would say like especially it's like a decision which requires long time commitment, such like pursuing a PhD degree. Think it carefully, so you can be mentally prepared for all the challenges and like hard work ahead of you. But like once you have make the decision, you have committed yourself to a project or to like a like a degree. So and then just always at that time. So then don't think too much of it. So you have committed to it, and then just don't think too much and to get yourself diverged, but just put your time and to the thing you have committed to, and then you will get there.
All right then. Thanks for coming on the podcast today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.